I am here to introduce the person at the top of this page. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is Nichole Rheiner. Nichole is a full-time medical assistant, full-time nursing student set to graduate in 3 weeks. Full-time busy mom of 7. She and her husband, Scott, know in this busy life the key to health is planning. Everyone, please welcome Nichole Rheiner.
Thanks. So at first I was going to sit down because I don't really like to be up here talking at you. Is there any way that I can get you guys to come up here for me? Any way at all? Because I totally want to do a selfie. No? Okay. We'll do it at the end. What's that? Just like come close into the middle, and I'll turn around, and we can just do a little selfie for the thing. Might as well do a little icebreaker, right? So, dead serious. You guys are awesome. I'm totally messing with the camera guy right now. He's like, stand up, sit down, move around. It's crazy. All right, is everybody ready? Come on in. Get in the selfie. Hurry up. All right. So, everybody ready? All right. All right, everybody wave. Awesome. Thank you. My kids will enjoy that. That's fine. Okay, so how many of you have kids? How many of you are busy anyway, even if you don't have kids? Right? So everybody's busy, and everybody has to eat. That's kind of my thing. Everybody has to eat, everybody has to sleep, everybody has to go to work. So a little bit about me. I've been paleo for about 4 years. I kind of stumbled across it on the internet with Mark's Daily Apple. Obviously, as you heard in my introduction, I'm a busy mom. I have 7 children. Actually, I don't have 7 children right now. He has 7 children right now. I work full-time as a surgical assistant, and I go to school full-time for nursing. So I'm getting ready to graduate in a couple of weeks, and then maybe I can stop being so lazy about the blog. So I blog at cavemama.com, and I started that just because it was kind of a way to help me stay accountable through our transition and kind of help me figure out from other bloggers ways that they're doing things. So that's pretty much my story. So I understand your lack of time, energy, money. Some common reasons why people tell me that they just can't do it with paleo is because they're too busy, it's too expensive, it's too hard. I get it, but we all have the same 24 hours, so I think that there are ways that we can make this work. Okay, and trust me on the budget part, 9 people is not a cheap deal. Okay, so there's a serious glare going on here. So it's too hard. If I can do it, anybody can do it because I'm kind of lazy. Maybe at first it's a little hard, but here's what I'm talking about today, pre-planning. Plan things ahead and life gets a little bit easier. It is a great investment into your health, so any kind of thing that's worth doing is obviously going to take some sacrifices. If you do have kids, get them involved. This is a huge deal. We are lucky in that we have 7 kids, so I can give them each a day of the week. Everybody gets a day of the week, and everybody makes the meal plan for the day, and they get really excited about that. Obviously, most people don't have 7, but you can do a similar thing where you kind of assign them a day of the week. This takes everything off me. I don't have to think at all. I sit them down, they get their paleo cookbooks out, they find the pretty ones that they like the best. I have them write them down for me. We make a plan. We go shopping. Boom. I don't have to think on my way home anymore. Okay? So how I do it right now, unfortunately for me, I'm so busy that I rarely have a couple hours each night, but we do Sunday nights. That's our night that it just happens to work for us. So Sunday night, we go to the grocery store after the kids have given me their stuff, and we cook ahead. We cut up some chicken breasts, and we throw them in a container. And cook them up ahead of time. We cook boiled eggs. We cut up vegetables. We get everything kind of ready to go for the week. If I didn't do that, I can't tell you. My weeks are crazy if that doesn't happen. And you don't need to have kids to have that happen. You can pre-plan. It's actually easier for those of you who don't or have just a couple of kids because, and I say just a couple, having any kids is stressful and busy. I get it. But so it's good for you because you have leftovers. I don't have that luxury, ever. 9 people is quite a bit. So Anyway, as you can see, we grate up some sweet potatoes for sweet potato hash in the morning. We cut up some vegetables. We cut up some meats, and that kind of helps us out. Kitchen tools, huge. I don't care who you are, have a crock pot. Crock pots make life easy. I would like to kiss on the face whoever invented the crock pot. Glass snap top containers are really good. We don't use plastic, but the glass are really good, and they come at Costco. You can get a big old box of them, all different sizes, and we put up our cooked vegetables, our cut up vegetables, our cooked beef, our cooked chicken, and we just kind of stack them in and put a date on them because they have the dry erase tops on them. They're really cool. And so you have those. We have a vegetable spiralizers. Anybody have one of those to make zoodles? Right? So if you don't have one, go to Amazon. They're like $24. Best investment you'll ever make. So great. Those are good for like spaghetti with zoodles. Get a food processor if you don't have one. They have the little ones for people who don't have, have a smaller family or a big one. Cauli rice. Really easy staple, really good go-to. You just make up, a bunch of cauliflower, put it in there, hit it a few times, you've got your rice, you're good to go for the week. Vacuum sealer's good if you have a local farmer and you're getting your meat in bulk to vacuum seal it up and throw it in the freezer and put a date on it. We got one. It's awesome. I love it. Really good stuff. So I've got some obvious pictures for the glass snap top lids and stuff. I understand that things get expensive. I understand that organic, whole, real food gets expensive. Some things that we can do to help that is preparedness. If you're kind of planning things out and you're sticking to the deal, it's easier and it's less expensive. If you're going every night to go to the grocery store, especially if you have a Publix in your area, I'm from South Florida, so I don't know what you have around here, but I'm telling you, if you go every single night, you're going to spend $100 every time you walk into Publix, plus your impulse buying while you're there. So the other thing is being prepared helps you not eat out so much. Because if you've got something to go home to, it's already in the crock pot or it's already prepared for you, you know that you're going to be... my phone's ringing and I'm on stage. It's fine. It's probably one of the kids. So, have stuff on hand, have it ready to go, and then you won't be eating out so much. We did go to Five Guys just to do a comparison one day, just the two of us, which is rare. And for two of us, it was like $22 for a hamburger and french fries. You know what I can do with $22? I can make breakfast all week for all of us. Sweet potatoes are cheap. Onions are cheap. You grate up a couple of sweet potatoes, you throw in some onions, you have some scrambled eggs on top of it. That sounds better to me than any McDonald's breakfast that you can come up with, honestly. So this is what we do. Another way we cut costs. You can Google this or you can go to cavemama.com. We make our own laundry soap. Totally hippie, I know. But it's really cool because we made a big old 5-gallon bucket for $18. For 9 of us, it lasts 3.5 months. Shut up. We were spending probably $20 every 3-4 weeks even on Costco brand or Walmart brand. So this is, and you know what? Our clothes smell better. There's no, we have a couple of kids with sensitivity issues, skin sensitivity issues. It doesn't bother their skin anymore. It's like a miracle. We also make a couple of our other own things like toothpaste and shampoos and stuff. So that can help cut the costs as well. Make your plan ahead of time for the week and then get your grocery list together and stick to it. And can I get somebody to help me out just for a second? Anybody? Yeah. I like crowd involvement. Would you just take one of those and throw it around at everybody? I just gave you an example of kind of how we do things in our house. The kids helped me come up with this. Scott helped me come up with this, just for an easy way. So basically what you do is you take your meals for each week. You plan breakfast, lunch, dinner, what you're going to want for snacks for 7 days. There's an example of this on the site too. And then you write down every single thing, whether you think you might have it in your cupboard or not. You write down every single thing that it's going to take to make those things, all the ingredients. You get really good at it really quickly. Then you go through your cabinets real quick and you cross off the things that you already have enough of. Okay, because that way you're not going, oh, I thought I had that, but then I didn't. So now I'm back to the store again, and we're back to impulse buying and the whole bit. So quantities are important. I have butter in there. Do you have enough butter to make what you need for the week? Oh, I have eggs in there. Great, but how many? We go through a dozen a day. Okay, so it's pretty important. now that you've got a list going, all gone? If nobody, I think I might have some more in there. Yes? Okay. If anybody didn't get one, we can let you know. We can get you one. So check for deals on things. You know, organics and real food is kind of hard to come by, but you have local farmers, you have local people that are willing to help you out. There are coupons for things that you can find. It's really, you know, good to just check around the internet a little bit. We are in such a good age right now where we can just check the internet for stuff, and it's great. But stick to the plan. You know, don't get me wrong, there are Thursdays when I'm like, I am not feeling salmon at all. But it's what's there. It's what I had for the week, and if I go off track, I see that smile. If you go off track, then you're back to, you know, that again. And you kind of get used to it, and usually after I eat it, I feel better, and I'm like, okay, that wasn't so bad. It was good. So the other thing with the kids is they don't complain anymore. They're not always going to like everything you make, but when you make it theirs, they don't complain. I talked about this a little bit in the panel this morning, so if you were there this morning, I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But in the morning, or on a Monday, like if it's Alyssa's Monday, and we have a Dixie, and we have a Kaylin and an Allie, and each of them get their day. And a Zach, I didn't forget you, son. I have one son, and I totally forgot him a couple of times. So we give them each a day, and they make breakfast, lunch, dinner on the meal plan. And then they don't want anybody complaining on their day, so they don't complain on other people's days. It's a mutual respect thing, right? So I'm not going to say they never complain because I'd be totally lying, but for the most part, they don't. So anyway, use your resources. That's what we're here for. Everybody that you've listened to this weekend, we aren't some like crazy blogger. We want to talk to you. We want you to ask for help. Other people, I'm this big. There are other people who can help you. Use those resources. Use your website. Follow me on Twitter because I love it. I love Twitter. I'm like basically begging you for your Twitter friendship right now. I love that stuff. So, and if you email me and ask me, hey, what about this? What about this? I love that stuff. You're not bothering me. I really, really, really like doing that stuff. And after I get done with school, I'm going to have like ridiculous amounts of free time. I'm not going to have a clue what to do. So that's it. And I want to open up to questions. Who's DS Glenn? Somebody just followed me on Twitter. Mic's not on?
Hello. Oh, it is.
There you are.
What's your favorite go-to meal? I have some that I rotate a lot.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Dinner.
Okay. My favorite go-to for real busy, if I didn't crock pot something. If I crock pot something, is chicken enchilada stew.
Okay.
Or roast. Super easy. Throw it in. You're done. If I didn't get anything done for the night, and we've got to, let's say, I planned on having chicken stir fry for that night. The cool thing is about that, I know that at 5:30 I've got to be at drama practice, so I'm getting home at 5:15, right? So we got 15 minutes. I have prepared chicken and cut up vegetables already in there. Throw some butter and coconut oil in the pan, saute it all together, throw it over the prepared cauli rice, boom, we're done. Usually in the oven or on the grill. I live in South Florida, so I can grill year round, but if you don't have that opportunity, you can, oven's good. You're welcome.
How do you prevent yourself from eating the same thing all the time?
How do I prevent myself from eating the same thing?
When
Okay.
you get in that
That's a great
routine.
question. To be honest with you, back before I was paleo, we used to have the same thing every night or every week. It was like meatloaf one night, Taco Tuesday, spaghetti, whatever, the same things. I actually find now we're eating more of a variety because, like I said, I own every paleo cookbook known to man, and some of them have recipes that are way outside my scope of even attempting, okay? I don't have that kind of time. But like I said, I set the kids down, have them pick, and they have their favorites. And if they all 7 agree on one thing, I'll be darned if that's not going on the every week schedule, because it's rare. But for the most part, we try to switch it up as much as possible. And Taco Tuesday seems to be a favorite in our house because they like the taco salad, But for the most part, if you get a couple of really good books, or there's so much, like Nom Nom Paleo's got some awesome stuff on her site, Everyday Paleo. There's a lot of good websites that have good recipes. Definitely change it up.
Do you use the same plan and principles behind like family exercise, or is that more spontaneous?
No, I like that
the kids
question.
do their own thing?
I like that question. Fortunately for us, we live on about 2 acres, and my awesome, amazing sauce husband, I come home and I say, I want a climbing rope in the yard. And I came home from work one day and there was a climbing rope in the yard. It was 20 feet tall. It was amazing. I was like, cool. So we have some stuff outside that they can play with. We play tag. We have a trampoline. We just play. So working out really, we do work out, the two of us, but the kids have the opportunity to go outside and kind of play. And I really, really, really encourage you. We don't have TV, and I'm not telling everybody to take TVs out of their house. I get it. We don't have them. Get your kids outside. Get them off the laptops. Get them off the phones. Get them off the stuff. Get outside. And just take them outside and play. I know you have winter time and stuff like that, but there are definitely things that you can do to get them off their buttons.
Can I double up? Another question? Snacks. What are your convenient? I do a lot on Sundays and put them in individual packets for the kids. But what do you? Sometimes we get tired of nuts and raisins and stuff like that.
We can't do nuts because we have like a nut-free deal with the schools. So, and my kids don't really like them, and I have braces, and I'll be eating them for months if I try to start today. So, we do a lot of like the apples and almond butter, okay, because those snap packs work really well for that. We do the little cuties. Okay, we go through a bag of those pretty much every other day. Yeah. So fruit's really good for us because it's got its own packaging. We do a lot of cut up vegetables, and we make a homemade dip that they can kind of use for that kind of stuff. And they're starting to come out with some better. Don't call the Paleo police. Better potato chips. They're cooked in some better oils that we're kind of experimenting with. So stuff like that. Plantain chips are excellent if they're cooked in the right oil. Crazy with the oils. Sorry, it's so hard to hear over Daryl.
I'm not familiar with the appliance that you mentioned, something like a vegetable twister or something.
Spiralizer.
Spiralizer, thank you.
If you Google it,
Yeah.
it'll come up with the Amazon thing. I actually think I have a link to it on the website. Go ahead. Moderno. Paderno. Yeah, it's Paderno, and it's this. If you literally Google vegetable spiralizer, or even I think Zoodler, it comes up, and you just take zucchini basically, and you put it in this little thing, and you do this. The kids love it. They love playing with that thing. Like it's their job. It's a lot of fun.
Hi. How do you keep your vegetables fresh? If you cut them all up on Sunday, are they going to last all week? Do you have to do that twice?
Mine don't last all week anyway.
Okay.
But that's a great question. And I actually, about 2 years ago, discovered those green bags. Anybody know what I'm talking about? They have them. They're like kind of on the end cap, and they kind of hang there. They do a really good job of maintaining things. Also, glass containers, if they're airtight, they tend to do a decent job of keeping it. Sometimes on Wednesday nights, we have to do a re-chop because that's a lot of vegetables, to keep. But those green bags are fantastic. And there are some, like zucchini. Like, I wait till the last minute to do that because the Zoodler just makes it really quick and easy, and zucchini doesn't really keep that well. But I would definitely invest in some, and they're washable and reusable. Just let them dry. They're really good. 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 Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.